Hello, Samadan here. Exciting times are ahead. Blizzard is doing a massive shake-up of professions, and lots of gold opportunities are falling out. This is all in Beta and PTR stage, so please remember that things might change, and probably will. Even if it does change, there is gold to be made right now as people speculate on markets until we get more concrete results. So what is the whole fuss about? We are talking about relics of the past. Blizzard have introduced a new system on the PTR pre-patch and in Shadowlands beta called Relics of the Past. These are optional reagents that we can add to old expansion crafted items to make them a higher item level and more relevant to the current game. In theory, this is a fantastic idea. It makes every single expansion profession relevant again, and we could be seeing some interesting combinations as people start wearing old items with multiple sockets or certain effects that work really well together. There is a top item level of 100 at the moment, so this is unlikely to be useful beyond level 50. But it's very exciting nonetheless, and there's nothing to stop Blizzard from introducing higher relics in the future to make the item level even bigger. It's a great way to shake up professions and make them more relevant, and I fully approve. However, what this also introduces currently is the possibility of some quite big vendor shuffles. Let me explain a bit further. The three professions, tailoring, leatherworking and blacksmithing, can create 5 different relics. On top of that, each expansion within that profession can make the 5 relics using materials from that expansion. Once you've made a relic, it's tradable, it matters not which expansion it came from, nor which profession made it. So there are a lot of potential options here to create relics with cheap materials. Okay, that in itself is no biggie. Variety is good, and it leads to a healthy market in various materials in different expansions. The thing is, when you increase the item level of old items, you also increase its vendor sell price. This means that I could, for example, make brown linen pants using 2 bolts of linen cloth and 1 coarse thread. If I then make a relic 5 using 5 rune cloth and apply that to the pants as an optional reagent, my brown linen pants become item level 100 and they vendor for 51 gold. Right, okay, so if we reverse engineer this combination, so we've got 51 gold, 36 silver and 95 copper to be precise. You take off the 1 coarse thread that you need, so that's 9 copper off. Then you divide that by the 9 pieces of cloth we need, so we need 4 linen cloth for the 2 bolts needed to make the pants, and we also need 5 rune cloth for the relic. So if we divide 51 gold, 36 and 86 by 9, we get a break-even price for linen cloth and rune cloth as 5 gold, 70 silver and 76 copper. Now have a look at how much those materials are on your server right now. How easily can you get them and sell them to another player? You see, there's a lot of options here. And then think about how much profit you could potentially make by making this combination and selling it straight to a vendor. This is just one combination. There are many materials and professions at play here. The possibilities are huge, and it completely rattles the material market. Exciting times, certainly. I'm sure you will have seen materials over the last couple of weeks change quite wildly, and there are going to be some opportunities and material flips that can be done right now. Big thank you to Billis and Nixia, Happiest Fanrock, and all my viewers on Twitch who went through this with me over the past few days on stream. So, what about time? If you wanted to make gold doing the vendor shuffle, it's going to take you quite a lot of time. The crafting time on a Relic 5 is currently 10 seconds alone. Then there's the crafting time of the other items, managing your inventory, and then selling all these to the vendor. This can quite easily get out of hand, and it's important to consider the gold per hour even if it's semi-AFK. This isn't exactly riveting stuff either. Crafting, combining, selling, moving, crafting and selling. We've seen this before. Did you see what I did with the 100,000 tide spray linen? Yeah, I'm not doing that again. This is not how I want to make my gold in Shadowlands. Though Blizzard did say we won't be scrapping, I'm not sure this is what they meant. For some, this may be exactly what they want. It's an effective way to print gold with time. It's what we do anyway in various forms. It's just that this method is extremely singular. Even if you choose not to do the vendor shuffle, there are opportunities to make gold with material flips and potential new farms. So all in all, I'm actually really excited for the change. So what can we do now to make gold and prepare? Well, take a look at all the materials on your server and see if there are any cheap combinations. That linen rune cloth one was only one of a huge number of combinations. There's cloth, leather and ore to consider here, over several expansions. I've put together a TSM paste bin of a lot of the materials to look out for. Remember, some of these require different amounts. Some will need the cloth making into bolts. Don't just go buying them all up, but do the calculations on profits and break-even points. Remember, this might all change, so it's just pure speculation. There are still a lot of bugs and things not quite correct in Beta and the PTR. One of the tailoring relics needs a gun. That's clearly not right. Blizzard may even decide to remove the relics completely. I really hope not. Not because of the gold in vendor flips, but because it's really exciting to see old professions become useful again, and I really want them to keep it in. Maybe they'll increase the crafting time, or reduce the vendor prices if you use optional reagents. Maybe the relics will get tied to certain expansions or not be tradable. The one thing that would be bad for the economy is massive gold inflation. A mix-up of the market's totally fine in my opinion. But if we all start creating millions through crafting and vendoring, then that there is an issue. I'm not sure how to balance something like this. It's a major change. I'd like Blizzard to take their time on this one and really consider the options. My suggestion would be to keep the vendor price the same for the original items, and let the optional reagents increase the item level like they do now, but the vendor sell price is unaffected. I'd also like to see Relic 6s increasing the item level further, and then we can have some real fun with level 60s in their gear. I would much rather sell this kind of gear to other players than a vendor. For me, that will bring a lot of variety to the auction house. Please do let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think will happen? Check your markets. It might be worth a punt to flip some materials or learn some of these old professions if you haven't already. Exciting times are ahead, and it's going to be very interesting to see how this all unfolds. Until next time, happy gold making, and I'll see you very soon.